What the superior man seeks is in himself. What the small man seeks is in others. Lower your expectations. Having high expectations of yourself and of others is a recipe for chronic dissatisfaction in life. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Do something every day that you don't want to do. This is the golden rule for acquiring the habit of doing your duty without pain. Never tell the truth to people who are not worthy of it. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence. Then success is sure. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. Respond intelligently, even to unintelligent treatment. Act without expectation. Don't get bogged down in regrets. No one is perfect. Don't chase happiness, just stay positive, and you will experience joy. Pay close attention to those who say they love you, because so often they don't. They only use you. Trust in yourself and your first instinct on decisions. Know your worth. Never put yourself in the bargain bin, for that's where others will value you. Time truly flies. Be grateful always because it can always be worse. Live like there's no tomorrow and do what you love. Character is much easier kept than recovered. Finish each day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. You shall begin it serenely and with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense. From love arises hatred of those things which are contrary to what we love, or which oppose and thwart us in those things that we delight in. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. What we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. I love the man that can smile in trouble, that can gather strength from distress and grow. He who dares not offend cannot be honest. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference, that you have lived and lived well. Dare to live the life you have dreamed for yourself. Go forward and make your dreams come true. Keep to yourself. Stay away from idiots. Stupidity is contagious. Your friends want you to do good, but not better than them. Rest don't care. Learn how to say fuck it and mean it. Rule your life with your mind, not with your feelings. Every bad decision we have made in life, there was more emotion in it than there was mind. Every single one. Always listen to your gut. Somehow it knows many things that you wouldn't expect. There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. The most harmful thing is wanting to avoid mistakes. As long as a word remains unspoken, you are its master. Once you utter it, you are its slave. Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. Eventually, all things fall into place. Until then, laugh at the confusion, live for the moments, and know everything happens for a reason. The problems are solved, not by giving new information, but by arranging what we have known for long. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. The longer we dwell on our misfortunes, the greater is their power to harm us. Only two things we'll regret on deathbed: that we are a little loved and little traveled. Happiness is nothing more than good health and a bad memory. Except for our own thoughts, there is nothing absolutely in our power. Don't tell your friend what your enemy shouldn't know. Not everyone wants to see you succeed. Some will even go out of their way to see you fail. Learn to be sufficient and realize you are immortal, who will suffer horribly later if you don't become independent and resourceful. Stop worrying about what other people think. Honestly, who gives a shit? One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. You are lonely, not because no one needs you, but because you care about who is next to you. Don't say yes to everyone to make them comfortable. Check with yourself too, before you commit. Many people don't like you, especially if they see you as a competition. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. The art of being wise is knowing what to overlook. The greatest discovery of any generation is that a human can alter his life by altering his attitude. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Those who are not looking for happiness are the most likely to find it, because those who are searching forget that the surest way to be happy is to seek happiness for others. If you would be a real seeker after truth, it is necessary that at least once in your life you doubt, as far as possible, all things. Be not afraid of life. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact. The great use of life is to spend it for something that will outlast it. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Where your fear is, there is your task. You desire to know the art of living, my friend. It is contained in one phrase. Make use of suffering. The man who has no inner life is the slave of his surroundings. Adventures are never fun while you're having them. I don't feel that it is necessary to know exactly what I am. The main interest in life and work is to become someone else that you were not in the beginning. The real question of life after death isn't whether or not it exists, but even if it does, what problem this really solves. Freedom is what we do with what is done to us. 3 o'clock is always too late or too early for anything you want to do. Every word has consequences. Every silence, too. Those that are most slow in making a promise are the most faithful in the performance of it. Man was born free, and he is everywhere in chains. Those who think themselves the masters of others are indeed greater slaves than they. Why should you feel anger at the world, as if the world would notice? We should try to be the parents of our future rather than the offspring of our past. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you, too, can become great. Those who aim at great deeds must also suffer greatly. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. When you are content to be simply yourselves and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. Only time can heal what reason cannot. To give out someone else's secret is betrayal. To give out yours is stupidity. We take greater pains to persuade others that we are happy than endeavoring to think so ourselves. Conquer yourself rather than the world. The busier we are, the more acutely we feel that we live, the more conscious we are of life. He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. The real man smiles in trouble, gathers strength from distress, and grows brave by reflection. Except that some folks love to point fingers and blame others. You will be blamed for things you haven't done, and for things that haven't even happened yet. Stop complaining, whining, and nagging. It's wasted energy. Who's listening anyway? Realize you cannot control everything or everyone, but you can control yourself, and that's even better. Kind words don't cost much, yet they accomplish much. Always go too far, because that's where you'll find the truth. Without effort and willingness to experience pain and anxiety, nobody grows. In fact, nobody achieves anything worth achieving.